All right, give me a second. There we go. All right. Like, give me a second. Can y'all hear me? Okay. Can y'all put a yes in the comments if y'all can hear me and see me? So I was having some tech issues. Okay, good. Thank you. Great. Sorry, yeah, I'm having some tech issues, but that's a part of life. Well, first of all, thank you for waking up with me early this morning. I hope y'all got your coffee. What type of coffee do y'all drink? Drop it in the comments below. I had to get cheap today, guys. I had to get real cheap and go to the gas station. But I'm a big Dunkin' Donuts fan. How about you guys? Second. All right. For the sake of time, Folgers. That's cheap. You cheap like me. I prefer in-house coffee because it's a lot cheaper. Dunkin' Donuts, I was trying to order Dunkin' Donuts on DoorDash and it was gonna cost me $10 just to get it over here. And I was like, yeah, not today. So I went to the gas station and got it for $2.50. But since I was a little late, I'm gonna go ahead and get this party started. So thank you so much, guys, for joining me today. I am so excited. This is the first coffee party of many. So this will be a bi-weekly thing, and we will break down all career development elements, such as next session will be interviewing, we'll do LinkedIn optimization, we'll do how to reach out to recruiters. We will just break down and give you all resources that you need to land that job in tech sales. Thank you. I was trying to give everybody a couple of minutes to get here. There was a, so if you know anybody supposed to be here, please send them the link. You paste. Oh, yes. I don't even want to share how much I spent on Uber Eats. Like, yeah, you won't even believe how much I spent on Uber Eats. It's sad. It's absolutely tragic. Yeah, that's better. I can see the comments on the screen now. Okay. So let's get it moving. So, all right, so you're here this morning. I'm answering a question for you. Why am I here? It is 8 in the morning. Some of y'all is 7, some of y'all is 9. Some of y'all is in the West Coast. And if you're here from the West Coast, I really appreciate you, like a lot. We are here to understand the breakdown of a tech sales resume. So this will help you tailor your resume to a particular job, and so that it could be ATS ready. ATS is application tracking system. What that is that is a back end that a lot of large companies use to weed out numerous applications. So for instance, if you ever looked at a job on LinkedIn and there's 200 applicants, they put keywords into the ATS so that they only look at about 50 of the job applications. And some of the words that they'll use are, sales. Do you even have anything in your resume that has sales? If you're looking for SDR role, do you have lead generation? So they put these keywords into the ATS system so they can scan your email using AI and then completely disqualify you, and you never even make it to the recruiter or the hiring manager. So I'm going to break this down in each section of the resume so you can actually see how this works. I'll answer all the questions in the end. It says, if you only knew, it's the most random thing. So we're going to go just about who I am, contact information on the resume, just a summary and objective, skills, work experience, education, certifications, and then we'll do a Q&A. So let's go forward. All right, so a little bit about me. I am the owner of Verdi7, which is a SaaS career development and hiring firm. It's helping tech sales professionals with their personal branding and career development. I have a proven track record of sales and business development. That's pretty much what I've been in majority of my life. Now let's get to the juicy stuff about me. I have a 5-year-old daughter. I have one child that I will burn this world down about. And I know if y'all on here and y'all have parents or y'all have nieces and nephews, y'all feel the same way. There's just something about having your own that is just, listen, I'll give it all up for this baby. I'm gonna be very honest. You're gonna get to know me more and more on these coffee parties that I have been on an abnormal amount of job interviews. Abnormal amount of job interviews. And I probably had in my whole life since I was like 14, about 20 different positions. I worked in clubs, I worked in radio, sales, customer service, retail, management, entrepreneurship, education, career development. There's probably tons more that I just didn't add, but I have a lot of experience interviewing, tailoring resumes, and understanding what I like and what I don't like from being in a whole bunch of jobs that were not good. I'm absolutely in love with food. It is my weakness. Absolutely love food. This is why I need to go back to the gym because I just love eat. I love Indian, I love Mediterranean, I love Japanese. I absolutely love any type of food. It doesn't matter. I love helping people make successful career transitions and finding fulfillment in the path. Because I've had so many jobs, I realized that you have to have a certain personality for a certain type of job. And some jobs are not meant for you to stay forever. Some jobs are meant for you to be in for 6 months and then hop right out. So I try to help people understand that some jobs are not loyal. So you should not be loyal to them. I'm gonna preach that forever. So y'all heard that a lot 2023. Jobs are not loyal. And I am an extreme person. I like to do extra stuff. I plan on I've skydived already. I jumped into the ocean to scuba dive? Snorkel. It was horrible. It was absolutely horrible. That was my arrogance. I want to bungee jump and I want to do a Spartan race. So if anybody's off board, please DM me. I need a partner, but I'm okay with doing everything solo. And I want y'all to, I know the job searching right now is really hard for y'all. Just know that everything in your past has led you here. Everything that you have been through, everything that you have experienced has led you to this moment. You're going to get a job in tech sales, and you're going to get a better one in tech sales. So don't be ashamed of your journey, what's going on in your life. You know, sometimes it's depression, sometimes it's anxiety. Sometimes you just need to take a break from job searching. It's okay. Only time I want you to be ashamed is if you are a messed up person and you don't care how you treat people. I will never vouch for that type of treatment. So my phone's talking to me. Sorry. She said she didn't understand that. Girl, I bet you don't, AI. This is human experiences. But and yeah, just don't be ashamed of this journey. It's going to be hard. I know sometimes it can be frustrating to have people get jobs before you, or you know, you're seeing everybody's success and you're like, oh, I just want to get this job. Just don't be ashamed of your past or your journey, and just let it be your journey. Don't compare yourself. All right, so are y'all ready? Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready? Let me see what's going on. Let me see what's going on. All right. And I'd like to make this very clear from the beginning. You're going to hear a lot of, you're on LinkedIn. So everyone is an expert, everyone. From the people that just started their job 2 days ago, from the people who's been in their job for 15 years. Everyone's going to present themselves as an expert. That's what LinkedIn's for, is to pretend like you're an expert. But there's no right or wrong way. You're going to hear me say something completely opposite of what you heard this lady say. You're going to hear me say something completely opposite of what you heard the guy say. Everyone has their way of doing things. You also got to remember what industries everyone's coming from. Some tech recruiters are tech recruiters, but they're not recruiting for non-techie jobs. Some are, some people are just been in sales their whole life, so they probably know a lot. Some people say put education at the top, some people say put education at the bottom. Use your common sense and how you feel. Let me not you say common sense, that's not common sense. How you feel your resume should align to your personality. And what I mean by that is my resume right now currently is bright red. It did not stop me. I have bright red that I have logos. It did not stop me from having about 50 plus first interviews as an enterprise SDR or account executive or sales engineer. But you'll hear that it will stop the ATS. So you have to use your personality. What do you feel? Bright red might not work for you. It works for me. I love my resume. I think it's cool. But if that's not your personality, don't do it. If you have a strong education section, but we'll get into all that. But just remember that you don't have to take whatever you love here, take it, and what you don't love, leave it behind. So take what you need from people. And you don't have to agree with everybody, and you don't have to agree with everything they say. So I want to play a game. Who here is familiar with Power? Put in the comments, put yes if you're familiar with Power. Let's see. Good morning, good morning. Yes, you love Power? I'm a big Power fan, big Power fan. So let's play a sales game. Give me 1 second. I think people are asking me why they can't get in. You're a big Power fan too? All right, let's see. Let's see how good you are. Let's see how big of a fan you are. Sorry, give me 1 second. Make sure everybody can get in. I had to switch links last minute. All right, let me drop this link again. All right, so sorry, something went wrong. There'll be a recording. All right, so on Power, these are the these are the main characters, right? So let's go back. In sales, we have 3 main roles that everybody's applying for. SDR, BDR, account executive, and we have sales engineer / pre-sales. We're going to call it sales engineer just for simplicity. Now, with those 3 roles, SDR, account executive, sales engineer, we're going to play a game. Who out of Tommy, James St. Patrick, now I didn't say Ghost, I said James St. Patrick, and College Tyreek, I didn't say Kid Tyreek, College Tyreek. Out of these 3 characters, who do you think is the SDR? Drop A for Tommy, B for James St. Patrick, C for Tyreek. Who would be an SDR? You haven't seen it? Oh, man. Just guess anyway. Put an A, B, or C for who you think will be an SDR and out of these 3. C. All right. What about, let's go with the account executive. Who do you think, A? C, A, Tommy. All right, what about who out of the 3 would it be, there we go. And let me take this off too. Oh, that's so much better. Okay, what about the account executive? A for Tommy, B for Ghost, James St. Patrick, and C for Tyreek. Who would be the account executive? And then drop right after that, who would be the sales engineer? All right, let me give y'all a little hint. So these are the tech sales roles. So this is a little hint y'all gonna get. All tech sales roles have to have communication skills, sales skills, technical proficiency skills, and team player skills. These are a given. But the SDR is the lead generation. He creates the first person that the prospect sees. He has to have time organization skills and data analysis. He has to know how to read his numbers, open rates and click rates. The account executive has to have relationship building skills, strategic thinking, negotiation skills, time management, and presentation skills. And the sales engineer has to be past proficient. They have to be technical experts, customer focused, project management, technical problem solvers. So does anybody want to change right now their answers? I gotta give you like 30 seconds. Anybody want to change SDR? Y'all still think the SDR is Tommy, St. Patrick, or Tyreek? And what about the account executive? And then let's drop that sales engineer. All right, so let's move on and see if you guys are right. Who got it right? So Tommy is the SDR. Tommy in the movie was the front line. Now he wasn't on the street, but he was the front line building the pipeline in the front. He understood the data, he understood the quality of the product, he understood, but he was not good as the account executive who could build the relationships, who was good at negotiating. And at the end of the day, when everything fell apart, it fell apart on James St. Patrick. So if Tommy messed up, it fell apart on James St. Patrick. They didn't even know they were related, or I mean, not related, but together. And I said the sales engineer is Tyreek. He was the one that was able, and this is what you have to understand with the sales engineer, he was able to take a complex problem and sell it to investors, sell it to C-level, which is CEOs, CFOs. He took their old way of doing things and created and was able to present a technical way to the CEOs and the investors. So I hope that you guys got that right, and I hope this makes sense. And this picture perfectly shows how SDR, account executive, and sales engineers work. The account executive takes all the heat. The SDR gives the lead to the account executive, but when the account executive can't close, they blame the SDR. And the sales engineer is just sitting there, not minding their business because they did their job. I did my demo, I have nothing to do with this. And this is how the sales cycle works. So keep that in mind when we go through the rest of the presentation, and keep that in mind when you're applying for jobs. Do you want to take all the heat? Do you just want to be the front line? Or do you just want to do your job and be in the back, talking to C-level executives? So let's go ahead and jump in. I hope you guys did a good job, but let's jump into the resume. Oh yeah, let me make sure that you tailor these. So we'll get into that, but you need to have at least three resumes tailored to a Tommy, a James St. Patrick, and a Tyreek, because they're different people, different roles, different skills that you have to have. All right, so let's jump into the resume. So the resume right here, I'm not gonna go over this too deeply, but just looking at the comments, I can't see them on my screen. This is one I wanted to point out. In the last 2 weeks, I looked at probably 100 resumes. Please put your phone number on there, guys. Please put your phone number on there. I don't understand why you wouldn't want to put your phone number on there, but put your phone number on the contact, on your resume. I don't have to go over professional email. I like to see a LinkedIn profile and a portfolio website. I looked this up just to make sure, we'll go over it at the end, but they did say right now it's very competitive. A portfolio website will help you stand out. But put your phone number, so just in case I don't have time to email you and I need to call you and say, hey, the hiring manager wants to talk to you right now, I need you to change something on your resume. I don't want to type that up. Maybe I just want to give you a quick text. So make sure your phone number is on your resume. Now I know y'all heard both things. I personally, this is my personal opinion, don't think that you need the summary, and the objective. I think the objective is very clear of I'm trying to get this job. It's just simple as that. I'm trying to get this job. The objective is very clear. But if you don't have enough work experience, this is where I would say you could put both. If you don't have enough work experience, then maybe you need to sum up what your objective is. But honestly, you can add all that in your summary. Keep it brief, keep it concise, highlight relevant work experience. So if you're transitioning, put that you're transitioning. And make sure it's to the job. So make sure that you're talking about, so SDR, they want to know about cold calling, lead generation. Put that in the summary that you can do this stuff. Account executive, they want to know, can you build relationships? Can you negotiate? Are you a good closer? And sales engineer, they want to know, are you a great public speaker? Can you speak to people? Can you speak to C-levels? So when you hear C-level or C-suite, that is all that is CEOs, CFOs, CPOs, anybody of that level. That's what a C-suite. So if you see that on the resume, that's what a C-suite, C-level executives are. They're just CEOs. And they include the VPs in there as well. So these, excuse me, let's go into skills. These skills are ATS. They will be flagged. Now, all these skills will not be on the job description, but you are likely these typical skills on a job description. Make sure if you're looking for a BDR, SDR role, these skills are on your resume somewhere. Lead generation. Can you do leads? Can you get leads? Sales development. Do you understand the sales process? Outbound. They want to know how strong you are with cold calling. Can you dial out randomly to people, warm or hot cold leads? Can you outbound these leads? Emails, LinkedIn messages, text messages. They don't care how you get it. Can you reach out to people? Salesforce. So Salesforce, as you may know, is a CRM used by typically the whole sales team, but there's other ones. There's HubSpot that you need to be familiar with, which is typically used by marketing. And then there's SalesLoft. SalesLoft is used by SDRs only, not account executives, not sales engineers. SalesLoft is SDR only. Make sure you're familiar with those three. Account executives, can you manage accounts? You're going to be talking to a whole bunch of people all day. Can you manage those accounts? Do you understand sales? Do you understand the psychology of sales? Quota. Have you ever worked in a job that has quota? You need to know that. And if you haven't, you need to do some research and figure out how you can convert one of those jobs into having a quota attainment job. Negotiate. Can you negotiate? Can you sell solutions? Forecasting. Can you tell us, after having data for 3 months, can you tell us in the next 6 months, what do you predict that your year will close out for 2023? And territory management is, an account executive, territory management is how large of a territory you have managed. When I worked at the radio station, I only managed locally. When I worked at a national radio station, I was the whole PA. When I worked at Future Donics, my first SaaS company, 2014, I was the entire East and West Coast dental offices. We were trying to build new business. So that's what they mean by territory. What have you worked? Can you explain that when you get on your resume? Engineer, do you have some technical sales? Have you ever had technical sales? Cross-functional collaboration. So the sales engineer works with pretty much everybody. The product manager, the SDR, they work with the account executive, they work with everyone. So are you a team player? Can you work with the team? Can you work with everyone to get this demo together? Can you design a solution that fits the company's needs? Sometimes the company needs, they just want to focus. So depending on who you're talking to. So I just want to break this down real quick. So there's above the line management and then there's below the line management. And you probably heard this. Above the line management is CEOs, VPs. On the line is directors, and below the line is managers and leads. And the reason that they call it above and below is because they actually need two different things. So if you're talking to above the line management, they don't care about the functionality of a software. They don't use it. They don't care that SalesLoft is the fastest, the most used CRM on the sales team, and it can upload at 0.2 seconds. They don't care. What they care about is the above the line management cares about, if we invest this $1 million into this product, what is my return on investment? The bottom line management, which is the direct managers, they want to know, they use the software. So they want to know, yeah, can I build a team of 20? Can I build a team of 10? Can I, is this going to help us get our numbers faster? They want to know the functionality and the benefits. So when you go into these, we'll go more into that for the interview session, but that is something to make sure that you know. And you'll see this verbiage on a lot of the job descriptions. 1 second. Sorry, guys, give me a second. All right, let's go. I re-edit this skills, but this is technical skills, and I want to re-edit this and send this out to all of y'all, especially ones that's in tech engineering, because I found this very, very helpful as far as how they broke down each sales engineering position. So if you are looking, so from my understanding, how they broke it down on Google is that pre-sales is working with prospects. They work with the prospects first, like this is the pre-sales. Solutions engineer is the one that work with the customers and the prospects to build out solutions. Technical ones are the ones that deal with the customers, that talk if something's happening on the back end, help work with customer success. And then field, if you ever see field, that means you're outside. That means they want you to travel, they want you to be outside. So if you ever see the word field, that's what that means. But these are the technical skills that will depend on what area you choose. So if you choose hardware and software, if you choose networking, if you choose cloud, whatever technical skill you choose, what path you choose to go down, these are the skills that they would like. You have to pretty much indulge more into these skills. And the biggest one is, can you take complex technical data and present it to stakeholders? These people, mind you, I talked to CEOs and directors, and they're normal people that don't understand nothing about nothing. They know business. They don't know tech. So you have to be, if you're going to go into sales engineering, you have to know how to talk tech to the common man. That is a big skill that you have to know. So let's get into the big thing, work experience. Let me see what's going on. And y'all still out there? Can y'all see my screen still? Just making sure I'm just not out here talking. Okay. All right, y'all still with me? Just want to make sure I got y'all. Y'all still with me? So let's dig into work experience. Now, I know a lot of us are coming from not a tech sales background. So there's 3 categories that your work experience could fit into, and some of them may be 2 to 3. We have the limited work experience. Some people have too much work experience, and then there's some people that have a gap in their experience for whatever reason. Okay, I just have a delay on my end. All right, so if you have limited work experience, which a lot of us do, all right, do not list irrelevant work experience that does not relate to the tech sales field. Determine the level of competency that you have in that job and use that job and put that from your transferable skills. So what I mean by that is, if you are trying to get a sales engineering role in tech, do not put that you worked at possibly when you were 10, I worked at Denny's. Like, it just doesn't, it doesn't make sense. I know that you have limited work experience, but you should not put that on your resume. It just doesn't mean anything to a tech sales field. And there's a way that you can extend your limited experience, and we'll get into that later. Some people have too much experience. Some of us as OGs in the game, they've been in sales for 10, 15 years. Cut your experience off at 10 years max. And if you are, this is a big thing. And this is a big thing for everyone. So if you're in healthcare, if you're in customer service, if you're in sales, marketing, you are used to the native language that you speak in your industry. But when you put that on a resume, you have to break it down as if you're talking to a 6-year-old. You cannot, so if I go into sales, if I put on my resume, I worked in 32 different CRMs and I understand BANT and MQL on a level of top line management, it will just go over the recruiter's head. Now, reason being is that you talk to the recruiter first. You talk to the recruiter or the hiring manager first. They don't work the job that you're applying for. Now, the sales manager does, the sales engineer manager does, they will completely understand it, but they're not the one looking at the resume. It is the recruiter who's looking at the resume, and they don't understand too much of nothing. From a recruiter standpoint, we get a job description, we get some keywords, and we get 3 to 5 questions that we have to make sure that the candidate can provide to us. That's all we know about the job. I'm filling roles right now for software engineers. I don't know nothing about nothing. I only know what the information they gave me. So if they were to put some Python, I operated Python with Java mixed with HTML, and I created these GitHub softwares of, it would go over my head. It would seem like la, 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 la. And I would call them. Me personally, I would call to try to get some clarity, but a lot of people just not even gonna waste their time. So if you have too much experience, make sure you're not talking in your native language, and make sure you're also not putting too much on there. And if you have a gap in experience, I have a gap in experience. For 2 years, I was off due to my daughter. Do not lie or make a false claims on your experience and achievements. And I say this light because I'm gonna dig into this a little later, but I'm just saying, don't say that you were the CEO of some company to fill that gap. But there is a way to get around it, and we're about to jump into that. So there's always a way around everything. All right, so I want to be the #1 rapper, work experience game. So we got Nikki, Cardi, and Remy. Drop below which out of these rappers. So I'm the hiring manager. These girls are the candidates, and they want to be the #1 rapper. From what we know about them, we can assume what's on their resume. Who would have the limited experience in the rap game? Is it A, Nikki, B, Cardi, or C, Remy? Who will have the limited experience on their resume? Oh, sorry. That's probably because I got it up. All right, sorry, is that better? All right, we got Cardi. So we'll have the limited experience. Anybody else think it's Nikki or Remy? All right. Who will have too much experience on their resume? Is it Remy or Nikki or Cardi? All right. What about that gap in experience? Who has a gap in their experience? A for Nikki, B for Cardi, or C for Remy? All right, let's see who got it right. Whoever picked B, Cardi, for limited work experience, you are right. So what I was saying earlier, Cardi is a rapper. She's going to put that she's a current rapper on her resume. But before that, we know what she did. She was a TV star. She was a dancer. She worked in clubs. She does not need to put that on her rap resume. It's unnecessary. But what she could do is make the job fit. So who here has worked a customer service job? If you have worked a customer service job, put customer sales representative. All customer service jobs, especially on the phone, if you work on the phone, you sell something. Customer sales representative, not customer service, customer sales representative. Make the job fit what you're trying to apply for. Add the keywords, lead generation, qualified. Everyone that worked a phone customer service job at one point in their life had to call out to obtain, to make appointments for something, had to do inbound calls for something, had to present products for something. In customer service, you are not just customer service, you are selling the product in a nice way. You're just not pushy, but you are selling a product. How about this? Develop strong product knowledge. Did you or did you not have to go through weeks of training in customer service? Stayed up to date on industry trends. Positioned solutions to prospects. Did you not have to do this? Exceeded performance. We have KPIs in customer service. So if you have limited work experience, take that job and see how you can flip it into a sales job. Nikki has too much experience. Nikki goes back, what, 2 decades, y'all? About 2 decades. She has too much experience. So she does not need to tell us that she was a street rapper. She does not have to tell us about her first couple songs. She has enough track record in the last 5 years to be phenomenal. So she's going to focus on a relevant experience, put all her years of experience in her summary, 30 years of my rap career. She's going to make sure that her, whatever job she's trying to apply for, the number one, that she's highlighting her biggest achievements, awards, and she's going to make sure that she has her keywords in her summary and her resume. But she has too much experience. She doesn't have to sell herself on what she did 20 years ago. And Remy, if y'all, some of y'all can relate to Remy, Remy has a gap in experience. We all know why, but Remy has a gap in her experience. So it is important. I'm going to be very clear about this. I'm going to go over about it. It's important to be an honest liar and transparent about the reason of your gap. I'm all for honest lying. If I would not, if I was Remy, put why she was actually gone. I would put the gap in my, the gap is because of personal pursuits or personal interests, and leave it alone. Do not, this is what I mean when it's being an honest liar. Do not tell too much. They don't need to know too much about you. If they didn't ask, do not tell. And let's go into that. And I probably have some typos, but be an honest liar. What I mean by that is if they ask, SDR, I love researching and finding ways to communicate. Yes, you do. You absolutely love it. It's the best thing in the world to you. You want to do it. You are so passionate about that. And back in the ranch, you probably do not care, but you want that job. Yes, I love it. I love being competitive and I love to win. Yes, you love being competitive. You love to close. You love to negotiate. You love it. I meant to put sales engineer. And I love public speaking and solving tech problems. You probably hate public speaking, but for this job, you love it. Put it on a resume. You love it. It's the best thing in the world to you. You will sell your soul for this. You love it. An honest liar just means someone who's truthful in some situations. These jobs lie on job descriptions all the time. Your resume needs to fit the job. Make it work. So what someone told me 25 years ago, a long time ago, and this is what this, and I'm gonna live by this today, and I'm gonna preach to it till I die. He said, put what the job wants on a resume, but if you only if you can talk about it. So if you put that you made 500 cold calls a week and you get in there and the recruiter says, so how did that go? How did you set up your day? You should be able to talk about how you set up your day to make 500 cold calls. So being an honest liar is putting stuff on your resume that can get you the job, but you have to walk the talk. You cannot put something on there that you have no idea what that means or have no idea how to communicate it or have no idea, but there is Google, YouTube. So learn it. Learn what you need to learn to get these jobs. And this is a big thing. We're gonna move to education, gonna run out of time. Do not put the year. Do not put the year of your degree. because there is such thing as ageism, and we'll get into that. Do not put the year that you graduated on your for your education. They will judge you. If you do not have a bachelor's degree or any type of degree, that's A-okay. Education, put your tech boot camp, then put what you did at this boot camp. So there's a ways around the education section, but do never put the year. And I hate it, but you just can't do it. There's a such thing called ageism, and it's really big in the tech world. What it is that they're basing you off of your age. If you say you graduated in 03 from college, they're like, this person's old. They're stuck in their ways. They don't fit our company culture. They are going to judge you before they even before they even give you a chance to explain who you are as a person. And you got to look at it like this. If you had and this is it's wrong. It's definitely 100% wrong. But if you had an 18-year-old daughter, she's turning 18, and the culture, what is the culture for 18-year-old birthday party? 18 to maybe 25? Out of these three individuals, who do you want on the team? You're not going to pick a Jay-Z. He's a legendary. He knows a lot, but you can't finesse him. He's not going to fit the company culture. This is what you think. You don't know. This is all assumption. But you're not going to pick a Jay-Z. Jeezy, you're not going to pick a Jeezy. He's a little, he came in a little after Jay-Z, but you're going to pick someone that's going to fit the culture, that you can mold, that you can tell what to do. And they have no back history of what's going on. They don't know that you threw a 16-year-old party for your daughter and it got shut down. The police came and the artist was in jail for a year. Jay-Z and them will do their research and diligence. They will find out, Jay-Z and Jeezy, but it'd be a young boy. Yeah, he's coming for the money. And that's what ageism looks like. They want somebody that's coming for the money, that they can easily mold, that's not stuck in their ways, that has no real experience. And that's what they use. They use your year, they use your work history, and they use your the year of your education to determine where you're at. And they will literally use that to judge you and not pull your resume. Certifications, put certifications on if they're relevant. I have an event planning certification. I haven't put that on my resume in years because it has no relevance to anything. So just put certifications based on relevancy. Portfolio, especially I Googled it, I pulled this right off of Google. Yes, in the tech industry, you need to be able to showcase your skills and abilities. So yes, having a portfolio link on your LinkedIn and on your resume can help you stand out from the crowd. Oh yeah, and don't forget your gift, guys. So make sure you text resume to 412-866-2121. If you go ahead and text that, you will get into the Tech Sales career resources for free. And there is, I think, 10 resume templates, a hiring manager email. There's a couple other things. A couple bullets of ATS keywords. There's tons of ATS keywords in there. So make sure you go ahead and text that number so you can go ahead and get that free resource. And let's jump into the Q&A. So let me pull this up. I'm actually going a little slower than normal on my end for some reason. So I'm sorry if there's a delay. But if you have any questions for me, let me pull up on that. Give me a second. I'm pulling it up on my phone. For some reason, my computer is like, when y'all respond or say something, it goes, I don't get it for a couple minutes. So let me see what's going on. There we go. Ooh, 51 comments. All right, let's see. Nope, nothing. All right, there we go. There we go. Yeah, it is. Sorry. Oh, come on. My bad. I just dropped it for you guys. I appreciate you noticing that. Let me fix that right now. It sure is. Save and show. All right, back to the comments. They're coming in now. Okay, thank you. The highest paid tech sales position is AE. AE is the highest paid. Their base is typically the same as a sales engineer, probably a little less. So their base is typically 6 figures in tech sales, but they get a large commission because they're the one closing the deal. So they pretty much everything that happens in the tech sales and the sales world in tech sales is because of the AE. They get blanked for everything. They get praised for everything. So if SDR drops the ball, we hear about it here and there, but the account executive is the one who was supposed to nurture that lead. So the account executive definitely gets paid. That's a good question. And that's where the controversy comes from. That's why they say don't put no more than 5 years on your resume. And so this is the rule of thumb that was taught to me is cut it at 5 years. And all the experience that happened prior to 5 years, add it into the current jobs. So if you, for instance, worked, let's say, multiple sales jobs, and you have a current one in the last 2 years, take those bullets from the past one and put it onto the new one, and just say you did the same thing. So try to cut off your resume at 5 years experience because it's really hard. It is hard, and to not do it. But it's such a thing. Like I'm in this Black women's tech group, and they talk about it all the time. And these are tech recruiters talking about how ageism is a thing. They're literally basing people. It's like they're too old, and she was just giving us a heads up. And I had already been told that because I was told to take off my resume 2 years ago. What year I graduated. So it's unfortunate, but it is what it is. It sucks. It definitely sucks. And I want to fight it. And that's something I'm on a mission to fight because I believe that people with more experience, especially millennials, should have a better chance at getting in this tech game. But yeah, cut it off at 5 years, 7 years, and try to do your best. Like I have like 6 years of management. I was at Walgreens for like 5 years as a manager. I can't put that on my resume. No one knows. It's just non-existent as if never happened. So, but it would age me to a long time. I mean, just to take it off and act like it never happened and then somehow corporate management into my current resume. So that's what I'm telling y'all. Take it off. Whatever it is that happened 10, 15 years ago, take it completely off. And thank you. Take it completely off and then try to narrow everything down to like 3 jobs. Let's see what else. Thank you. I would. Yep, because it doesn't matter. It don't matter when you graduate. And if you can, I don't know if LinkedIn even allows you. If you can, go ahead, because they're just the education on LinkedIn is more so that you can find people that's alumni, or you know how it pops up and it says, oh, there's 7 people from University of Pittsburgh also applied for this job. So then we can connect and I can ask some questions about the job. And then we can have a personal conversation about what year did you graduate? Where did you graduate? But it's just so you can connect with people that went to school with you. Oh, so career breaks. It depends on what you went for. I would honestly always say, and what did you take a break for? If you took a break because you built a business, put that on there. Put gap in employment due to building a business, and then put what you achieved in those years and put your numbers. If you're going to put your business, put like this, if you're going to put your business on your resume, make sure that you're using results, not what you did, the results. And I want to go into that too. I'm sorry, I forgot about that. Make sure you put what you did. If you achieve, it don't care how small or big it is. If you were a business owner for 2 years, and you achieve $20,000 in those 2 years, well, 40, let's go 40. Just in case you struggled, you're a struggle entrepreneur. Put that you achieved $40,000. You hired a sales team of 2. Put their positions of which you hired them for. Make sure you elaborate if you took that gap because you were an entrepreneur. If you were a mother and you had a child, you took a gap. That's not uncommon. I took it to take care of my child. And I worked, like I have a gap on my resume because I took care of my daughter, and I worked a whole bunch of, I was a substitute teacher, part-time, whenever I picked up shifts. That's irrelevant. And I have been asked numerous times, why is there a gap? I had a child. And everybody was like, oh yeah. And it actually opened up a lot of doors for me of, oh, my wife did that too. Or, oh yeah, I understand, I had to do that too. So, or if you had to take care of a family member, a lot of people take care of family members. We're older now. So when you get to that point in an interview or, people understand that. It actually makes you more human than it doesn't. It actually helps you to say, hey, I have a career gap because I took care of my sick mother. I took a career gap because I had to spend time with my daughter because she was failing school. I had a career gap because I started my own business and I was really dedicated to starting my own business. But make sure you put 2 bullet points as to why you did this and what results did you get. It actually makes you very human. And people can relate to you. The one thing in sales is you'll learn is that rapport will get you far. Networking and rapport will get you far in life. It's just like your favorite artist. I love Cardi because she's a Libra. Nothing more. I love Cardi because she's a Libra. I like her personality, and we have a rapport with being a Libra. So think about that. You're trying to build a rapport through your resume. So actually having that gap can help you a lot. All right, let me get on her. So if there's no more questions. Thank you guys. I just want to say thank you so much for showing up. I appreciate you guys and your time. The next events, we'll do a coffee party. We're going to do interviewing with strategy and confidence. Then we're going to do a careerpreneurship, passive income partnering. And this is how you can make passive income partnering with people who already have products and services. Coming up soon, we're going to do the Unleash Your Inner Tech Genius Tech Knowledge for Sales Engineers. And then I'll have all these dates on the page, so make sure you're following Bernie7 or me, and evaluate your sales game. This is going to be for people, this is where we're going to learn more about cold calling, cold outreach, just getting better at sales, period. Thank you guys. I really, really appreciate you guys showing up. If you have any questions, go ahead and hit me up on LinkedIn. And I'm gonna give you back your time. I appreciate you guys. And if there's any more, just let me know right now if there's any more questions. We got like a minute before this. I believe this thing just cuts off. I think it's like disrespectful, like Zoom, when you got 45 minutes and it just shuts off on you. I'm not going to do mentorship, but this is going to be, there will be a program I'm creating by the end of this week I'm going to be looking for people. We're going to have a mentorship program because, and this is my personal opinion, I went through careers program, I entertained other ones. After you're done, they let you go. But I went through so many, when I was doing this presentation, I looked through so many job descriptions. I just busted it out. I said, let me look at sales engineering, let me look at pre-sales, let me look at solutions, let me look at SDRs, let me look. If I had to base it only off of the information I got from careers or course careers or any of those other SB Academy, I wouldn't be prepared. Only reason I was able to jump in is because I already had sales experience. So I want to make sure that I'm helping people get that experience, especially if you've been job searching for 3 months, you forgot what happened when you graduated. Or if you're in this program right now, you kind of, at this point, you're in it, but you need to start applying now. So my goal is to help people remember these skills so that when it's fresh in your mind and you can actually just jump in and be like, oh no, I just did this Friday with my mentor group. We're gonna have a group. We just did a couple cold calls to see how it feels, and here's my recording. So there is more coming. I'm not going to do a one-on-one, but it's going to be a group of us and a lot of expert speakers and just a lot of resources that I'm going to be able to provide. And I also make sure that y'all are texting to get this resources. There's so much that's going to be put into that center. Oh, y'all can't even see each other's comments. So let me know, this is a new software I'm using. This is a new software that I am going to have to figure out. I appreciate y'all guys, y'all patience and everything. And I hope that y'all have a good day. Sorry if y'all couldn't see each other's comments. I didn't know how to use the new software. Just stuck with Zoom, huh? But have a good one, y'all. I'm gonna log out and enjoy y'all work day. Thank y'all for showing up.